Hi traders, Brian here with another video on the swing indicator in NT8 and a unique application that may be of interest to us. Let's go ahead and dive in and get started. Alright, the purpose of this video is to provide traders with a unique perspective from the NinjaTrader 8's swing indicator. And really, the most important aspect, all the research I do, all of my focus is to determine if the signals generated from this can improve Optimus, our flagship trend model. You may also know it as the black and white B4 combo. So this is the basic model. All the research that I do is to try to improve the signals. These signals are generated. The sterile version of this is called the black and white B4 trend model, or the combo. The markers version is Optimus, which generates the signals on this right here. So all the research we do is to try to improve upon these signals and isolate the highest probability setups. So that's really the underlying reason for all of these videos here, is to try to improve that flagship model there. All right, just some resources and sites where traders help traders. If you're watching this on YouTube, my channel, mine and my son's, is the Blockchain Cartel Discord room. Here's the link. You come in there, it's free. Elite Futures, good site right there for incredible indicators, strategies, templates, and just a really good site. So we live stream every day our trading up here at Blockchain Cartel, so just come check us out if you want to. The agenda today is we're going to go over the indicators required to do this. We're going to build it from scratch, and then we're going to apply the swing indicator to another indicator. All right, in state. So what we want to do is create signals generated from the swing indicator while it's applied to the B4 V3 for further analysis. And again, just to see if we can improve upon our flagship model. The two types of signals that I'm looking for that are going to be generated from this model here, all these signals that you see are generated from the swing indicator that's applied to the B4 model. Okay, the two types are when the indicator prints higher highs, higher lows and lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, and then also when we have just swing high breakouts and swing low breakouts on the indicator. So these blue arrows you see here, these are higher low entries. So when markers is used again to generate all these automated signals. When I tell markers in there to look for a higher low, from the swing indicator on the B3, it prints these blue arrows when it's true. The breakouts, the green up arrows indicate a breakout, swing high breakout on the indicator. Okay, so you get breakout here, breakout there, here, get one up there as well. All right, going down, red arrows indicate lower highs, clear to see, lower high, lower high. We also, now this is not lower high in the price, this is lower high on the indicator. That's the difference. You're like, well, that was a lower high. Yeah, it was in price, but it wasn't on the indicator. This little bump right here was higher than that little bump right there. So that's a unique feature of this. The yellow arrows are breakouts from swing lows. Okay, so you see that it's printing the swing indicator here from on the B4. It breaks it, and you get down arrow there. Get yellow down arrow here. Get a yellow down arrow there. We're in a downtrend. I'm going to talk about filtering these up signals right here as we get a little bit further on. Okay, so this is the end state. This is what we want to generate. This is why we're doing this, is to be able to look at these and see if we can pull something over into Optimus. All right, indicators required. We've got indicators that are organic, the NinjaTrader 8, it's the swing. All these others are optional, but I included this in here in case you just wanted to kick this stuff around. Okay, moving average envelopes, and you'll need to download these indicators from the BC Cartel Discord room for free if you don't have these. It's the B4 V3, the Trend Magic, TS Mod V1, and the AU Butterworth filter. Now, there's a couple of filters that I always go back to. Linear regression is one. For me, it's kind of interchangeable with the whole moving average, but I just stick with the linear regression line. And I like the AU Butterworth filter. That's another one that I use a lot of times in my markers filtering. And there's one other, but anyway, I'll introduce you to the AU Butterworth filter if you've never used this one before. All right, this is what we're going to be looking at. All right, swing indicator. I'm not going to deliberate over this. Just slow this down and make your swing indicator look like mine. I will tell you that for the when you apply this indicator here to the swing indicator to the B4, change this. This will be changed to a 2 instead of the default setting of 5. I'm going to go through this in detail when I apply this. So, but anyway, just follow the instructions once we get into the hands-on portion of this right here. But this is what this line will look like. And if you expanded that out there, it would show the swing indicator tied to that. And then the only other caveat, make sure that you apply the swing indicator to the same panel that the B4 indicator is in. Okay? Again, you can come back to these, refer to them as you're going through this, but we're going to build this thing from scratch. All right, 216 EMA channel. Again, all you have to do is stop this, look at it if you want to use this for anything. B4 V3, just make sure your settings match mine over here. In this column, I don't color the bars, but if you want to color them and you want to change the colors, this is instructions on how to do that. All right, Trend Magic settings, it's default. I just do not check the highlight chart. I'll leave that open right there. And again, these are all just optional filters to help you when you start looking at this. AU Butterworth, again, if you don't have this, you can download it in my Discord room. It's in a package deal, so it's not gonna. You won't find it in AU Butterworth. I'll make note of which zip files inside the my indicators channel where you can find the Butterworth filter. Anyway, just change this right here. I do not show the paint bars. You can if you like. If you like it, it's a pretty neat filter. It kind of matches the Trend Magic, but what I found is it's as smooth as the Trend Magic default, but it's earlier. So it's a little bit earlier. So it's a little bit better when it comes to that aspect of it. All right, so we're going to, I meant to delete this slide, so just completely disregard this. That'll be deleted whenever I post this right here. So, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this over. All right, so this is my default template right here. This is what pardon me for just a second. This is a default template. I always start with clean slate whenever I'm building anything. So what I want to do first and foremost is just go ahead and I just want to bring the swing indicator in just to show you. Make sure we're tracking. All right, this is default settings for price. Default settings for price application. Okay, I don't ever change this for price. I just leave it set for that. So this is what it looks like for price. So what we're looking for in the indicator, yeah, this is a pretty good one to look at. All right, so what I'm looking for now, this is in price. I'm going to be looking for the indicator to tell me the same thing. So we come off of this low, we print the swing indicator. It's 5 bar. Now I don't want to go into this indicator actually repaints itself, but I'm not going to go into, I don't want to confuse anybody. Let's just, it looks like it doesn't, but it does. It's set to a period of 5. It won't start printing until you get 5 bars off of this low, and then it prints back, and then you get this line right here. Just don't worry about that, but that's just might be when you see my swing indicator with markers on there, you'll notice there's some gaps there, so that's why. Anyway, we come up, we pull back down, and boom, we close higher. Okay, so according to my rules, 1 to 2 bars higher, and now we have a higher low in place. Okay, so that's what I want to detect in the indicator. You might be saying, well, okay, that's price. Why don't you just use price instead of the indicator? The indicator sometimes has some nuances that price doesn't. After watching this, the MACD and the B4 indicator for a very long time, and other indicators, it's kind of applying this to the indicator kind of helps isolate those B4 jiggles. Is what I'm really looking to try and do. Okay, all right. So higher low, obvious. Breakout closes above the breakout. Okay, so those are the bullish things that we're looking for on the indicator. All right, same thing on the bearish side. You break down. Here's a lower high. You come off of that, two closes down, the lower high, and you got that in place. Okay, now let's go ahead and we're going to delete this because I don't want to confuse anybody. First thing we're going to add, now we're going to build what we're actually going to do. Let's do that right now. So let's go ahead and add the B4 indicator. And the only thing I do is I just deselect all of that right there. Okay, so everything else is set. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have the B4 and you can manipulate this, if you don't have a B4 indicator that you can't manipulate, then just download this version from our Discord room. But these are the settings here that you need to make sure you're matched up with to produce the same results that I have. Alright, so let's just go ahead and add that. Okay, it's added. It's in pane 2. Now let's go ahead and let's add the swing indicator. Now we're going to put the swing indicator onto the B4. Alright, double click, we add it. First thing we're going to do is change the strength to 2. Alright, input series. Now if I lose you here, just stop and go back, and you can, it's pretty easy steps if you haven't done derivatives before, but yeah, it should be pretty simple to follow here. Let's go ahead and locate. Now let's go back. Remember, we're on the swing indicator in the input series. Now right now the swing indicator is tied to price. It's tied to the 22.4 NinjaTrader bar chart. Okay, so let's go in here and let's tie it and anchor it to something else. Let's anchor it to the B4, and let's make sure when you pull that up, make sure those settings are the same that we've already talked about, and then make sure that the plot down here is tied to the MACD BB line. Okay, you just hit OK. Now come on down here and you can delete all that label stuff. We don't need that. Panel, we don't want it same as input series. We want the panel to be in panel 2. That's where the B4 indicator is. Alright, now we just want to apply it. Let's expand it. So now our swing indicator is on the B4. Alright. So what we're looking at is, here's a couple just to show you breakouts. Bullish breakout here on this bar. Okay, really nice run up. Bearish breakdown right here. Really nice run down. Okay, here you have a series of breaks coming off of a low. So you have a break here. I don't know that I would take that one. Yeah, I probably would have been sucked into this one. 2 bounces above that upper one, I would have taken that one. Taking a little bit of heat on it. Yeah, it would have been really close to my initial stop loss right there, but it stayed in. Nice run up right there. So that's it. All right. Now here is the higher low. We come up, make the higher low 2 bars, 2 bars higher, and higher low right there. So we keep getting a series of higher lows. So the indicator is telling you it's trying to come off of this low right here. Okay, so that's what we're trying to detect as well. All right, here's some lower highs. High made, we come down, have a breakout right here, bearish breakout. We come back up, two bars down, we create that peak, and that's a lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, that's what we're looking at doing right there. Now you can, I'm not going to change the colors on any of this stuff to make it pop out there. I just want to show you the concept of what we're doing. All right, so then you could also add, you can include for filters if you don't have markers or some other program that you can code and program. We can do this. Let's go in here and we will add the, let's do the moving average envelope. Change that to 0.06. Change this to EMA 216. Erase this. Again, I'm not going to change the colors right here. You can do that in this right there. This is the same as input series. So you want this overprice. So you're coming down here. Here's the 216 is the center. That's 216. These are the envelopes. So you crack below, you get the lower high here. So maybe you filter it with the 216 EMA. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Here we get deep pullback into the 216. We come up, indicator makes a higher low, so you definitely could have gotten some points off of that. Again, these are just ways of filtering. That's all I'm doing right now is just introducing you to ways you could possibly look at filtering this. So here we are again, above the 216. We make the higher low. We get a breakout. You get a double whammy all in one fell swoop right there for a nice move up. Higher low, above the 216, nice move up. Higher low, above the 216, move up. Wow, that's even a higher low right there. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you're just oodles of these little trades right here from the indicator itself. Higher low, breaks above, 2 to 3 bars above that right there. Nice run up. Here we go. We're below the 216 right there. So let's see. You get, here's a lower high under the 216, the first lower high. Then you get a breakout to the short side right there for a nice trade. Okay, that's one way of filtering it. You can also, let's introduce the Trend Magic. It's default except for I don't want the chart color, and we're going to make the envelopes not visible. Okay, so here's another way of using it. You get trend change right here, lower high, take it, break, take it. Here you go. It's still red right here, but you get the higher low. If you don't take that, you get the break and you're above the channel right there. So that already tells me that an up close, 2 up closes after a failed attempt right here. Yeah, I'm very leery of any more shorts. So nice move up right there. Okay, it's just a way to use the Trend Magic line with this as a filter. Let's add another one. We'll deselect the Trend Magic. We'll go up here. 54 paint bars, no. We'll swipe this. And let's go ahead and add that. Alright, so yeah, see what I mean? This is, I'll show you, this thing tends to turn a little bit quicker than the Trend Magic does. It still gets you into those good trends. I'm going to put that up, or better yet, you can download this and play with it yourself right here. The thing I did is, you see, I changed the length to 54. That's all I did on that. So, how can you use this? Well, you already have red here. Now you're printing the lower high. Okay. Break out to the downside. You can add to it or just hold the position, whatever. Here we don't get anything until you get the break below right here. So about bar 6, 7, you get the break down below. Here you get a lower high. It's a beautiful big run up. Potential up move, but the Butterworth starts turning on that bar, and you get a lower high plus a breakout to the downside for a nice move. So just a couple of ways you can use this. Here we go, high or low. This is green, so you take that and get your 5 points or more, whatever you're looking for. Anyway, these are just some ideas on how to filter this. Let's see, did I leave any other indicators? Trend Magic, B4, 216, swing. No, we got them all. We got them all. All right. So you're like, well, what does this actually look like on a chart? Let's pull the markers version over and take a look at it. Now here are all the signals that markers, when I tell it to look for all of these things, to look for the higher lows, lower highs, and breakouts, bullish, breakouts, bearish. This is all the signals. You're like, wow, that's a lot. And you might say, hey, this thing might actually survive in full auto mode. It might, but I'm trying to improve the flagship model. So after looking at this, I came up with a really something very interesting. I started looking at the sequences. My first thoughts were actually wrong. I looked at this a couple of different ways. I ended up noticing combining the sequence of the arrows. So what seems to work good, what I think I can pull over into Optimus, is green-blue combination in that order. You look for the green, then look for the high or low, and you go, that's the B4 jiggle, isolated. You look for the yellow, and then you look for the red. Yellow, red. Green, no. Here we get green, we get blue. You can see this right here. This is, it gets, you've really got to be looking at the indicator to pick up on this right here. But if I see green and I see a higher low in price, I'm going to assume that that's going to be equate to potentially higher prices. Even though the indicator didn't print here because it didn't qualify, it still held. I mean, look at the number of B4 blue up triangles. You know, I always say 3 of these on the bottom, and it's trying to carve out a bottom here. So, and this one does. So you get the green, blue, and it just goes green, blue, and it goes. We never get a yellow, red here, but just because the indicator did not print that. And I don't really know why. I've got to look. This is one that's been, it's kind of perplexing me because I don't know why that did not signal a down arrow there. But anyway, here's the blue hidden behind that right there. So you got green. You got the B4. I mean, for the Optimus model, these will all be combined. So what I'm really looking at is this is a powerful, really, really powerful signal. When you combine that first green arrow, that first yellow down arrow, it's telling you that there's a possibility that this trend is going to change temporarily. We never know how much of a trend we're going to get, but you know, these things are, I mean, look at this. This is perfect right here. I mean, this is what I'm really looking at to try to get an early entry in. We break below the lower channel, and you know, the breakout on the indicator captures that perfectly. We never get back up to the midline on the Bollinger Band for the B4, B3, and we turn. So 1 to 2 bars down, yeah, it's KE bar at the door. I mean, just a nice move. So that's really what you're looking for. Here you get another opportunity. I mean, I would have taken this one as well. It would have been close whether I would have been stopped out or not on this. But, you know, you still were able to get it. So yellow, again, breakout, and you know, you get the down move here. So powerful sequence, green, blue, and you really have to look at the first 2 signals and then what the rest of the trend looks like. That's the best way I can describe this. So green, blue, you don't get much on that right there, but there's enough to pull, you know, 5 points out of it for sure. Okay, so I think this is worth pursuing, worth working with to introduce components of this into Optimus. So I plan on doing that over the course of the next week, trying to improve the flagship trend model. And so this is definitely worth the time to construct, analyze, and yeah, hopefully some more of these ideas like this will pop up, and you know, we'll be able to incorporate those. So let me go ahead and deselect some of these things. The last thing I'm going to do here, just to show and let's go ahead and turn the Butterworth on. Just take a quick look here. Alright, so when you get the down arrow and you're red and you're below, you know, all these things are follow the rules for the B4 for the John Wick. So you got John Wicks inside this move right here. Here we get the uptrend. Well, let me back up. Yellow down arrow, red down triangle, a John Wick right after the turn, which is what I really prefer. Okay, we turn up, we get the B4 up triangle, we get the green up arrow, meaning we broke out. We get a slight pullback, a B4 jiggle, and then up we go. Here we the Butterworth turns, we get a red down, we have a B4 jiggle, we go down, we have a breakdown here, and if you didn't get in there, you had chances to get in on the John Wicks. Okay, so that's just one way of using this right here. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, here's just a huge sequence of up triangle, Butterworth, green, green up, first one, bam. It just keeps going. You keep getting the breakouts, and it just keeps going. So again, you know, you're not really interested in taking this until either this, or if you have the trend magic on there, you know, you've got the trend magic. This is all this through here is equal to the trend magic being bullish. This will turn slightly quicker than the trend magic will. So you get the down here, beautiful rally into the red, down again. So just B4 jiggle after B4 jiggle. So anyway, now you have some stuff to play with. Maybe this helps your trading. I am fairly certain it's going to improve Optimus. That's all I have. So hopefully you're able to take a few things away from this video, and we'll catch you at the opening bell.